there's a thin line between contentment and greed. There's a thin line between I want it at all costs and I don't want it that bad. I'll say it again. There's a thin line between I want it at all costs and I'll pass. I don't want it that bad. It's 2 p.m. in LinPRinP world, you guys. My name is Laraddiji. Welcome back to Laraddiji's LinPRinP. I'm a Nigerian-American lifestyle vlogger who loves living a peaceful life. And I love talking about situations we might find ourselves in that need peaceful endings. On today's episode, I want to talk about 3 issues that happened in October in the lives of 3 women: Idibia, Tonto Dikeh, and Tiwa Savage. I want to talk about 7 points that we can learn from these women in the issues that they were faced with in October, right? And I'm sure if you are Nigerian or following Nigerian news, I'm sure you'd have heard about these topics I'm going to talk about. The focus is what we can learn from those situations, right? This is the live episode of this channel, Living in Fast Express, and I try to talk about real life situations. I talk about something that I found on the news that was concerning that I thought LinPRinPers can definitely learn from. I've put down 2 lessons.
It's 2 o'clock.
I'm going to be talking about 2 lessons from each issue that happened, especially since in October there was a lot of issues raised about, living life as a woman, as an African, and as a Nigerian. The artist Simisola came out with a video, #NobodyBeLikeWoman, and I thought it was very important that we understood a couple of things that happened in October towards the Nigerian women. I'm a Nigerian. I grew up in Nigeria for the first 14 years of my life, and I have a lot of cultural values for my country. I feel like it's appropriate to talk about these things, especially now. So the first lady is Idibia. She's the wife of the Nigerian music artist Two-Face Idibia that sang African Queen, and you are my African queen. The girl of my dreams. If you know the song, you know what I'm talking about. Idibia is his wife. Something happened in October where she made a post on social media about what she was going through in her life. You can Google it. I wouldn't even advise you to Google it and investigate what happened, because I don't want to say it's not important, but for you watching at home, the lesson is what I want you to take out of this whole situation. So basically, something happened with her and her husband, and she made the decision to put it on social media. So the lesson that I figured that I put together from what happened in her situation is we shouldn't judge, right? A lot of people came out, a lot of vloggers, a lot of bloggers, a lot of comments were made on the information she put out. A lot of family members were involved. A lot of things happened. So it was one issue that spread into so many different fingers, and it was just a lot of problems. So what I took out from that situation is, 1, we shouldn't judge. Who are we to judge? We are all human. We all have our errors. We all have our imperfect ways. Just because nobody is looking at us, because we are not stars, because we are not public figures, doesn't mean that we should now point out our fingers. And you always know that when you point one finger, 4 is pointing back to you. So the one that we were privy to see, that she gave information to the whole world about, I think it's unfair to judge and say she's this and she's that. Yes, we all do it. We are human. Nobody's perfect. I did it, but the most important thing is to come back to ourselves and realize that we shouldn't be judging. All right, every relationship is different. Every person is different. We are all different, and what we bring into a relationship makes that relationship something tangible. So you come with your experiences and the other person comes with their experiences, and we try to put it together to make something new. What they have decided to make that is new to them, that they are nurturing, that they are perfecting, that they are molding, is not something that we, I can now use my own relationship and what I'm trying to build in my own family, in my own relationship, I can't use what I'm growing. I can't compare. I can't even begin to compare my own relationship to that same, to their relationship. So I think it was very unfair that a lot of people came out and started commenting. But then I can't even blame anybody for commenting and saying their own. So one, the information is there, and two, every other person that has opportunity to view that information has the choice to make a comment or to judge. You have every right to do what you want to do, but with wisdom and Holy Spirit, hopefully if you're a Christian, can help in holding your tongue, can help in guiding you and advising you and be like, you know what? You that you want to go and take out the stone, you want to go and take out the stick from another person's eye. Your own is a whole Hiroko tree. Your own is a whole oak tree in your eye. So who am I to come and say, okay, let me take out that speck from her eye. Let me tell her that the speck that she's talking about, or the tree that she is talking about, I don't have it in my own backyard. So I just thought it was very unfair. So that's one lesson that I definitely, no judging. That's one lesson I took out of that situation. So if you are encountered with another situation, maybe it's not going to be exactly like what she went through, always take a step back and just realize that we are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. She's going through a storm. We all go through storms, and storms don't last. They will always pass by. And you can see in another, I want to say in another week or two, they were already posting that everything was fine. And people go through highs and lows, and that was a low for her. So who are we to now carry load? Now all of us will carry our suitcase. Yes, I am moving into their house in their low time. So I thought it was unfair to judge. And because we are human, we always have to think about the comments we are making, because if our lives are put under microscopes, we will not even survive. The second point, I think I've already mentioned it, is that storms do come and go. Our sanity is very important, right? I have a lot of problems I'm dealing with, which is my own sanity. So now I will now put my own bag of sanity aside. I'll carry another person's bag of insanity and put it on my head. God forbid. So it doesn't make any sense to now put our own problems aside and start judging on another person's problem. All right, let's keep track of our own sanity. We cannot keep track of other sanity or insanity. Focus on your own problems. When you see it, just say, I pray that they will find solution in good time, and I pray that their family will find peace. That's what this channel is all about. Living in peace. Finding peace in the midst of chaos. Thank you. Going on to the next topic is that of Tonto Dikeh. She was in the Nigerian movie industry, and I believe she's not really doing movies anymore. She's still a public figure. Just like in the likes of Miss Annie Idibia, something happened in her life as well. Information was put to the public. So that's what happened, and then a lot of people started doing the same thing, just like in the case of Idibia. As humans as we are, imperfect as we are, we forgot the lesson that we've learned from Idibia to mind our business. And of course, we judged. She could have done this. She should have done this. She shouldn't have done this. What she should have expected. She shouldn't have expected this. She shouldn't have done, so many things. And just as I would say of Miss Idibia, is let us mind our business and pray that these people find peace at the end of the day. So the two things that I learned from the case of Tonto Dikeh that happened in October was money doesn't equal happiness. Idibia family, they have a lot of money. Tonto Dikeh family, they have a lot of money, but there's still something called happiness that is still not within their grasp. So that's something to think about. money doesn't equal happiness. There are a lot of people that are chasing money. If I can just have 100,000, I'll be happy. And they have it and something is still missing. If I can just have 500,000, they have it and they are still not happy. If I can just have 1 million of this, I will be happy. And some of us are privy to have that and we are not, and we can never still be happy regardless of what we have, the amount of what we have. Contentment, only the grace of God can give us happiness with whatever you have right now. So what I learned in the likes of the story of the case of Tonto Dikeh is money doesn't equal happiness, right? Focus on yourself, focus on your self-esteem, focus on your self-worth, your self-respect, and God in his infinite mercies will find you the right person at the right time. But when we are focused on finding the right person, we sometimes miss them, right? But when we focus on God and focus on ourselves while we are waiting for that person, the right person that you wouldn't even believe it. You'll be like, how is this possible that this person just, like an angel, just came in the nick of time to, that person will just be with you and stay with you, and things will just happen the way God wants it to happen in your life. All right. But when we are focused on the wrong things, that's when we tend to get into trouble. So that's one lesson I learned. Focus on your self-worth, your self-respect, self-dignity, self-worth. I've said it already. Your self-esteem. Make sure you are in a good place with yourself so that nobody can just come in and just make a mess of it. The second lesson I learned from Tonto Dikeh's case was don't give room for uselessness, right? Or put yourself in a situation where you can be taken advantage of. Sometimes you can't prevent this from happening because, yes, you want to give people a chance. And, I've said it before that we are the ones, sometimes we think it's somebody on the outside of our life that's, causing havoc. But sometimes, most of the time, it is with our hands that we have put ourselves in situations that's keeping us in bondage. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we are the ones that put ourselves in fire. God is cooking us nice and gently. I hate proverbs and parables, but it just keeps coming. God is cooking us nice and slow. No, we are the one that say, I want to boil quick. And then what happens is we end up inside hot fire. God is cooking us in the frying pan and you say, no, I want to get out. And you get burnt. It's very important that we stay patient. When God is doing his work, let's be patient and let him do the cooking. There's an adage that says, let God hold your hand. Don't hold God's hand. Don't hold God's hand. God is the one that can hold your hand and hold you completely, keep you from harm, keep you from self-infliction. Keep you from inflicting on yourself fire or hot water that you don't need. So don't give room for uselessness or put yourself in a situation where you can be taken advantage of, as much as you can. And you just pray for God's guidance in every step that you take so you don't take the wrong step. Basically, that's what I've taken from Tonto Dikeh's. We feel like she's made a lot of mistakes, but like I said, it's her experiences, it's her journey. It's none of our business, it's not my journey, it's her journey. And the only thing we can do is just pray for them to find the right path and pray for them to find the right path. That's all we can do. Instead of passing judgment, you should have done this, you should have done that, as if we know everything, as if we are God, as if we know the beginning and the end of another person's life. Only God knows that. So when you're living a peaceful life, you always have that in the back of your mind that we don't know anything. We think we know everything, we know nothing. So who are we to be saying this person should do this person shouldn't do this? That's her experience, that's her life. The only thing we can do is pray that God will guide. That's the only thing, that God will guide them to where they're supposed to be. So in the case of Tiwa Savage, something happened in October that was questionable. And what I've learned in her case is, I mean, I'm not going, you don't have to know what happened in the cases of these women. Just hold on and focus to the lesson. The lesson is, always live a life of truth. Be true to yourself, right? And people will support you genuinely. They will support you no matter what, if they know that you are genuine. There's something about spirit. There are some people who have met, right, in my walk of life, as I've grown and as I've, spoken with people. There are people that my spirit clicks with, that you can just tell that this person is genuine, this person is truthful, this person is, your spirit just agrees with them and things just go smooth. Your friends, your family friends, and there are some people you meet and you're like, your spirit just is always, you're always fighting and always disagreeing. Your spirit is telling you something doesn't jive, something doesn't click, something doesn't make sense. That's your spirit telling you, stay away from this person, or be cautious, or just move away from this person entirely. So I feel like a lot of people are trying to bribe people to force them into being likable, into people liking them. And that's why we are in the situation we are in right now, because people feel the public wants negative news to be relevant, or so that you can check out, their products, so that you can check out what they are selling. They feel like they have to be provocative. They feel like they have to be negative. They feel like they have to be caustic and really bad for people to notice them. That is a culture that has been brewing for a long time. And I think a lot of people are seeing past it now. I hope that a lot of people are seeing past I call it purpose drama. People come out with all this drama so that you can check out what are they talking about. Oh, I want to know give me the juice. I want the juice. Like, it's a drug. We are addicted now to negative things. Oh, give me the juice. Give me the juice. I have gist for you. Let me give you gist. Most of the time, it's not positive gist. I can't come now and say, Omo, I graduated first of my class. And my head will be swelling like, oh my God, my children are growing up. I want my children to be like this guy. Let me give my children tutoring classes so that my children too can graduate at the top of their class. Look at this man. He's doing so great. He's going places. Like, why can't we give good gist? The gist, you see that one? Did you see what happened on the red carpet? Her dress slit, yakata. You see all her bum, all her thing. Oh my goodness. Why are we like this? Why are we like this? We need good news. We need good gist. When someone is bringing garbage, you say, I beg. I don't want garbage. I remember this from, I think, a sermon many years ago. I think the pastor said, stay away from garbage. Somebody's coming to dump garbage in your life, and you too, you carry your bucket, you are taking garbage. Just think about it. It doesn't make any sense. Say, no, please. Do I look like recycling departments? Do I look like the garbage? Do I look like a garbage collector? I don't want. Please keep your garbage, or give it to somebody else that wants garbage. Let us be happy towards happy things. Right? Don't be happy for negative. Don't be happy for bad gist. Don't be happy for negative news. Don't be happy for anything negative. At this point, I hope that a lot of people are getting fed up with, I want to say, my music is coming out. Let me come out with this negative news so that people would be, I want to see, let me see. She has brought out the song. Let me listen to the song, because of the negative story that you have pushed out in the beginning. So I hope a lot of people are getting fed up of this, because we are not animals. I feel like at this point it is animal that they will just say, oh yeah, come, you be tricking animal, and then you take the animal, slaughter it, kill it. Chicken. That's why they are animals. And what happens is you end up dying, and people eat you up. Chicken and goat and ram, they tempt them with sweet things. That's how a lot of people get in trouble. Children, you tell them don't take things from stranger, and then a stranger comes, you want candy, you want ice cream, and you go, you take the bait, you take ice cream, and guess what? They've kidnapped you, they lock you up in one locker, and they are doing all sorts of things to you because you didn't listen. They said don't take candy from stranger. You took candy from stranger. That's exactly what people are doing to us. We are being controlled by all this negative news that people are putting out just so we can listen to their garbage. If you want garbage, that's fine. But we are talking about peaceful living here. Stay away from people's garbage. At the end of the day, that's sometimes what it is. It's garbage. Guard yourself from people's purpose drama. That's what I've learned from Tiwa Savage's story. Annie Idibia is such a hardworking person from what I can gather from the screen. She's, hardworking actress. They have multiple things that they are doing, multiple businesses, acting gigs. Tonto Dikeh has a lot of awards. She's done a lot of things back in the day, lots of movies back in the day. These are very hardworking people, but sometimes you have to think, what is the cost of being on screen? It's not worth it. At the end of the day, it's not worth it. Tiwa Savage is one of the best female music artists in Africa, and she's making her way internationally. But if negative things like this are things that she wants to be known for, are things that she wants to be selling for her products to sell, then unfortunately, it just makes you wonder who is truthful anymore. Like I said in the beginning, we have to be truthful to ourselves. One of the things that's killing a lot of us now is greed. There's a thin line between contentment and greed. There's a thin line between I want it at all costs and I don't want it that bad. I'll say it again. There's a thin line between I want it at all costs and I'll pass. I don't want it that bad. There's a lot of people that want it that bad, and they're willing to do a lot of things to get to that point, and you just wonder at the end of the day, is it worth it? And this one is going to be an extra point that I'm going to add, an extra lesson, and I'm going to run it up in this live episode is do the best. I wrote everything down, so I'm looking at it right here. Do the best of your ability in whatever relationship you find yourself in whatever relationship you are in. Do the best of your ability in that relationship. Like I said, it's two individual people with two sets of experiences that are totally different between a man and a woman. Those experiences are now coming together to form something new. So, okay, in my family now, I've given birth to a boy and a girl. Does it make sense to compare my boy and my girl with another boy or girl from another relationship of two people who have totally different experiences? I can't say, I want my child to be exactly like that person. It's never going to be the same. So it's the same thing with relationships. We can't judge relationships based on the relationship that you are in right now or the relationship that you've ever been in. It doesn't make any sense. The only thing you can do is pray for those other people, that God will help them out, and that they themselves will turn to God to help in finessing their relationship. So basically, do the best of your ability in any relationship you are in, right? And as a child of God, the only thing that should be advising you, the only thing that should be guiding you, the only thing that should be giving you wisdom and light is the word of God. Basically, is the Holy Spirit. That's the only person that you can truly receive free and honest and perfect, pure advice, guidance, and wisdom from. Every other place, if you are looking for advice from human being, you can still get lost. As I was putting this together, a proverb, as Africans, we love proverbs. There's a saying that goes, you can lead a horse to the water, but you cannot force it to drink. The water here is social media, the stream, the river. It's always flowing. It's always flowing. It's gonna keep flowing. Now it's up to you to say, all right, I want to go to the water and take a cup from it and drink that water. Nobody is going to force you to go to that water, actually, and nobody is going to force you to drink that water. If anybody is forcing you to drink out of the cup of social media, meaning, take advice from social media or do what people are doing on social media and then apply it to your real life, I don't think anybody would do that. But if somebody is doing that, go and do what Tiwa Savage did so that you can be well known. All you have to do is say no, thank you. Somebody can take you to the waters. The water is always flowing. That's social media. There's always going to be bad news. There's always going to be good news. It's up to you to pick which one you want to pick out of it. This is the age of knowledge. This is the age of information. We literally have any information we want. Everything is on here. Everything is in the palm of our hands. Now, it's up to you to use it for your own good in a good way, because some people can use the information and use it in a negative way. It's up to you to use that information in a positive manner that will better your life, or you can waste time on issues that don't add any value to your life. I always make sure that whatever I see on social media, I always try to find peace in those situations. I always try to find value, positive value that I can learn from. So just like the 3 cases of these women, those are the points that I was able to pull out of those cases, because at the end of the day, we are all in some sort of relationship. When we see some people messing up in their relationship, it just teaches you to take care of your own relationship better and stronger, and keep your relationship going stronger. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode up until this end. My name is Laraddiji once again. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter at LinPRinP. So do check me out on those handles, and you can follow me on there as well. If you're watching for the first time and would love to join the LinPRinP family, this is the time to click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I'm working on my consistency so I can continue to give you guys peaceful nuggets in living a peaceful life. This is Laraddiji signing out. At the end of the day, let's love our neighbors as ourselves, and remember to rest in peace. We all need to be living in peace. Stay blessed. Bye. You see me in my next one. You see me in my next one. See me in my next one. You see me in my next one.